我的意大利名字是 Gabriella Bonino.
I am Tang Yun from Italy. Gabriella Bonino is my Italian name. I came to China rather early in 1987, and I'm still here.
Gabriella came to China a young girl who was fascinated by the Chinese language, classic poetry, arts, and culture. After some time studying Mandarin Chinese at a university in Beijing, she worked as a journalist and radio host in the Chinese capital. Over 2 decades of reporting and hosting shows about China, its people, arts, and culture lent Gabriella a profound understanding and insight into the country. Living in China for almost 37 years, Mandarin Chinese comes natural to her. All these experiences have become material for her first book, The Chinese Journal of Contemporary Female Marco Polo, published in 2010. After that, she moved to Wenzhou and Rui'an in Zhejiang province. She wrote 2 more books, Discovering Wenzhou and Rui'an's Intangible Cultural Heritages. Both books are mainly about local arts, crafts, and traditions.
在一个地方，我特别喜欢去发现它，然后也介绍给意大利人。
When I'm in a place, I particularly enjoy exploring it and introducing it to my fellow Italians, as I used to do when I was hosting a radio program in Beijing. Now I no longer work in radio. I write articles to share my experience of China, the interesting people I met, and the interesting stories with Italians. I've been in China for almost 37 years. I see it as my mission to share my life in China, things I encountered here with Italians, to let them learn more about China, because there's not too much information about China in the West. Most news focuses on things like official policies of China, but rarely on the lives of the common people, which is why my books about Wenzhou and Rui'an's intangible cultural heritage have found their popularity among Italian readers. I've always been interested in things related to the Silk Road. I love arts and culture, ancient languages, and East and West exchanges, and so on. After I came to China, I've been trying to find ways to introduce the Orient and China to the West, especially to my Italian folks. And I think the Silk Road would be a great starter from that communication. In 2017, I left Beijing and moved to Wenzhou. Wenzhou was an important ancient port on the maritime trade route, which makes my interest in the subject grow stronger. The recently excavated Shuomen ancient port is the place where celadons were shipped out to the rest of the world. That's like another invitation to me for my maritime trade research.
700 years ago, Marco Polo came to China via the Silk Road. Fascinated by it, and stayed here for 17 years. Now, at age 70, Gabriella Bonino, who spent twice as much time in China as Marco Polo, is still passionately living and recording the genuine life and culture of China. And she says she will continue with her writing.
I'm glad my books and my articles can help people, including those who haven't got a chance to visit such a faraway country, to know more about China. It's all worthwhile.
If you are interested in hearing more episodes of our latest podcast series, Connected, just key in Footprints, and you can find us wherever you get your podcasts.
This is CGTN Radio. Hear the difference.